Chapter 1. Leo, the Artist's Journey. Leo's surroundings are foreign yet harshly familiar. As he steps into the maximum security prison, the clatter of metal doors slamming shut echoes in his mind, marking the end of his previous life. His diary entry begins with the chaotic mix of emotions swirling within him: fear, regret, and a flicker of hope. He finds solace in his art, sketching fellow inmates with an intensity that reveals their hidden stories, often unseen beneath the tough exterior. Each stroke of his pencil becomes a bridge, easing the weight of his isolation. Leo reflects on his past, a family, friends, and sunsets he once took for granted. In the confines of concrete walls, he grapples with the repercussions of a crime born from passion. Yet amidst the chaos of prison life, he clings to creativity as an anchor. Art offers him a sense of purpose, illuminating the path toward understanding and connection in a world where both seem lost. Chapter 2. Rosa the Scholar's Resilience. Rosa's diary entry opens under the dim glow of the prison light, her pen trembling with the weight of her thoughts. As a former teacher, she once stood before eager students, igniting a passion for learning that now feels like a distant dream. Serving time for financial fraud, guilt envelops her every day, shadowing her reflections about the impact on her children. Determined to reclaim her purpose, she initiates a makeshift book club in the cramped confines of her cell block. In this sanctuary of stories, Rosa discovers the transformative power of literature, sharing tales that resonate deeply with her fellow inmates. Each meeting stirs hope, allowing them to escape their harsh realities, if only for a moment. Through her entries, Rosa captures the fragile beauty of bonds formed through words, her resolve to be a voice for change, illuminating her path toward redemption amidst the darkness. Chapter 3. Marcus, the Veteran's Struggle. In the dim light of his cell, Marcus reflects on the haunting memories of war that replay in his mind like a relentless loop. His diary entries reveal the harsh collision between his past as a decorated soldier and the stark reality of prison life. He writes about the trauma of combat, grappling with PTSD and the societal expectations of masculinity that suffocate his vulnerability. The pages are filled with fervent thoughts about his conviction, where he insists it was self-defense, a truth that feels perpetually out of reach. Amidst the chaos of prison life, Marcus finds solace in the camaraderie of fellow inmates, many of whom share similar experiences of loss and regret. In one poignant entry, he describes a heartfelt conversation with another inmate, bonded by their struggles with trauma. In that exchange, he begins to see the potential for healing, igniting a flicker of hope amidst the shadows of despair. Chapter 4. Janice, the Mother's Heart. Janice's diary opens with a heartfelt letter addressed to her daughter, infused with longing and remorse. "I think of you every day," she writes, her words trembling with emotion. In the quiet moments of the prison's routine, she reflects on her past mistakes and the drug offense that brought her here. Each entry reveals her deep struggle between the choices she made and her burning desire to ensure a better future for her child. Through the lens of motherhood, Janice recounts the small victories that keep her spirit alive, attending parenting classes and sharing stories of her daughter's milestones with fellow inmates. Her diary entries capture moments of resilience and hope, emphasizing her determination to break the cycle of pain. Janice's narrative is a poignant exploration of love, regret, and the relentless pursuit of redemption, as she dreams of reuniting with her daughter and becoming the mother she wishes to be. Chapter 5. Dylan, the Young Offender's Perspective. Dylan grips his diary tightly, the pages worn from his restless nights. "I used to think being tough meant not caring," he writes, reflecting on the impulsive choices that landed him in a maximum security prison for robbery. As a teenager, the allure of quick thrills overshadowed any sense of consequence. Now, in quiet moments, he contemplates the weight of regret and the laughter of friends he lost during reckless escapades. In his entries, Dylan finds humor as a coping mechanism, often sharing funny anecdotes about fellow inmates and the absurdity of prison life. Yet beneath the laughter lurks a deeper yearning for understanding. He begins to bond with older inmates, absorbing their life lessons and realizing that vulnerability is not a weakness. As he writes, he understands that he's not just a young offender. He's on a journey of self-discovery, striving to learn empathy and the true cost of his choices. Chapter 6. Thomas, the lifelong inmate. In the dim light of his cell, Thomas reflects on the decades he has spent behind bars, a life defined not just by his confinement, but also by his role as a mentor to younger inmates. His diary entries reveal a profound understanding of the institution's rhythms, laden with lessons learned through both hardship and introspection. He writes of the moments that shaped him, the friendships forged in fraught circumstances, and the wisdom gleaned from suffering. Thomas shares insights on the art of acceptance, emphasizing that true freedom exists within the mind. He articulates the essence of hope, the belief that redemption is possible, even in the most desolate spaces. As he recalls the stories of those he mentors, Thomas acknowledges the weight of his choices while inspiring others to forge a different path. His words resonate with a rare authenticity, embodying resilience and the continuing search for meaning amidst the confines of prison life. Chapter 7. The Tapestries of Connection. In the prison's bustling yard where concrete meets the sky, the tapestry of relationships begins to weave itself. Laughter bounces off the walls as Leo sketches his fellow inmates, capturing their authentic selves on paper. The artistry of connection forms in shared stories. Rosa's makeshift book club brings together men and women who once felt isolated by their pasts. Amidst whispers of anxiety and occasional tension, Marcus opens up about his wartime experiences, forging bonds with others grappling with their own traumas. During group therapy sessions, raw emotions surface as inmates confront their demons, providing a safe haven where vulnerability breeds empathy. With shared meals, they exchange laughter and advice, planting seeds of hope. Each diary entry from the inmates echo the growing camaraderie, revealing that these relationships are not merely survival strategies, but powerful connections that foster healing, understanding, and the realization that even within these bars, community thrives. Chapter 8. Challenges and Conflicts. As tensions escalate within the prison, a riot unexpectedly erupts, sending shockwaves through the yard. The cacophony of shouting voices and clashing bodies reverberates against the concrete walls, amplifying the inmates' fears and insecurities. Leo, huddled in a corner, records frantic observations in his diary, noting the chaos and the stark reality of their environment. The very walls meant to keep them safe now seem to amplify their despair. Rosa writes about feeling helpless as she watches friends turn against each other, recalling the classroom lessons of empathy she once taught. Meanwhile, Marcus reflects on the camaraderie formed amidst the chaos, finding solace in shared glances of understanding with fellow veterans. As the dust settles, the inmates' reflections on the riot become poignant reminders of their struggles with loyalty, survival, and the fragile bonds forged in adversity. This tumultuous moment serves to deepen their journey towards self-discovery and resilience, illustrating the importance of solidarity in the face of hardship. Chapter 9. Encounters that spark change. Within the prison's stark confines, unexpected moments can ignite transformations. One afternoon, Leo meets Sophia, the new counselor, during an art therapy session. Her compassionate approach breaks through his walls, encouraging him to express his pain through his sketches. Art speaks where words fail, she tells him, inspiring Leo to explore deeper emotions he had buried beneath layers of guilt and fear. Simultaneously, Marcus forms a bond with a support group led by Sophia, where veterans share their struggles with PTSD. Sharing stories of courage and vulnerability, Marcus slowly confronts the trauma of his past. One entry reads, "For the first time, I'm not alone in my fight. These men, they understand." These encounters spark a shift within the inmates, fostering a renewed sense of hope. As they begin to embrace vulnerability, they realize that healing often starts in the most unexpected ways, paving the path towards self-discovery and redemption. Chapter 10. The Turning Point. As the inmates stand on the precipice of change, each diary entry becomes a raw reflection of their evolving identities. Leo's heart races as he prepares for an upcoming art showcase, envisioning his sketches displayed for all to see. His self-doubt simmers beneath a layer of hope, pushing him to confront his fears. Meanwhile, Marcus grapples with the uncertainty of his parole hearing, his ambitions wrestling with the weight of his past. A chance encounter with a new support group reignites his spirit, offering camaraderie and understanding. Janice's letters to her daughter become more poignant, infused with dreams of returning home, each word a bridge to their future. Dylan's humorous take on his teenage mistakes reveals growth. He shares a diary entry that captures his newfound appreciation for responsibility. Through shared reflections, the inmates recognize that their paths are intertwined, illuminating a collective journey toward redemption, each choice a step closer to reclaiming their lives beyond the bars. Chapter 11: Seeds of Hope. As the days turn into weeks, the inmates begin to cultivate dreams that stretch beyond the prison walls. Leo's sketches evolve into a mural project that captures their shared experiences, igniting a spark of creativity among his peers. Rosa's book club gains momentum, with each gathering revealing not only the power of literature but also the healing it brings. Marcus mentors Dylan, guiding him on the path of emotional expression, while Janice writes a heartfelt letter to her daughter, envisioning a future together. In their diary entries, a common thread emerges: hope. They begin to articulate not just their regrets, but the ambitions they hold dear. As they collaborate on a talent showcase, laughter fills the air, underscoring the importance of their bonds. This chapter highlights the transformative power of connection and creativity, planting the seeds of hope that will nourish their aspirations for life after prison, reminding them that redemption is possible. Chapter 12: Setbacks and Doubts. In the confines of the prison walls, the flicker of hope often comes hand in hand with uncertainty. Janice's diary entry reveals her struggle when she learns her parole hearing has been postponed once again. The disheartening news sends her spiraling into a haze of doubt, forcing her to confront the reality that the past may forever shadow her aspirations. With raw honesty, she writes about the tears shed in solitude, haunted by memories of her daughter's laughter, which feels so distant now. Meanwhile, Leo channels his frustration into art, sketching a mural that embodies the weight of his dreams and fears. His narrative intertwines with Janice's as they find solace in shared moments of vulnerability. This chapter underscores the importance of camaraderie in the face of disappointment, illustrating how the bonds formed between inmates can be a lifeline during the darkest times, reminding them that even amidst setbacks, they are not alone in their journeys. Chapter 13: Forging a Path to Redemption. As the inmates prepare for their parole hearings, a sense of both excitement and dread fills the air. In their diary entries, each character reflects on their journeys, articulating their regrets and the lessons they've learned. Leo sketches a final image of a phoenix rising from ash, symbolizing his transformation and hope for a fresh start. Janice pours her heart into a letter to her daughter, promising to be the mother she dreams of being. Meanwhile, Marcus grapples with the reality of revealing his past to a parole board, wondering if they can see beyond his crime to the man he has become. The reflections highlight themes of forgiveness, both of oneself and others. Thomas, with years of wisdom etched into his entries, encourages others to embrace vulnerability. As they face this pivotal moment, these inmates understand that redemption is not merely about freedom. It's about reclaiming their identities and forging new paths in a world that awaits them.